You know a nigga stay ready.
That's right.
If it's war, then we pulling out the bows. Strictly for my niggas represent the stronghold. Better put your shield up when my arrows unload. Let's get one thing straight, blackjack will never fold. If it's war, then we pulling out the bows. Strictly for my niggas represent the stronghold. Better put your shield up when my arrows unload. Let's get one thing straight, blackjack will never fold. Feather in my hat like Jack. Pull a dart from my back and lay her up out flat. American on my map when the trap hop out. Catch a colonizer lacking, we gon' rip off his scalp and pull his eyeballs out. Send them back where they came from. My niggas stay dangerous. Pack their ass on the ship and send them back to England. If it's war, my niggas then line up. Only real niggas slide with us. Let's tribe up. If it's war, then we pulling out the bows. Strictly for my niggas represent the stronghold. Better put your shield up when my arrows unload. Let's get one thing straight, blackjack will never fold. If it's war, then we pulling out the bows. Strictly for my niggas represent the stronghold. Let them put your shield up when my arrows unload. Let's get one thing straight, blackjack will never fold. Solid gold, NEGROES, the black magic lump of gold. I was told they labeled you a savage. Strictly for my niggas to slaughter a Babylon. Pull a sword from the stone, my nigga, the house of cards. Point out the pretenders, I bet you I make change. By any method necessary, I bring pain. And if you got your peace pipe with you, then fire up. Only real niggas ride with us, we tribe up. Tribe up. Great day. Welcome to the House of Cons. I'm Blackjack. Do me a favor, hit the like, subscribe, share the video. Salute to everybody that's in the house. Salute. I'm still setting up my screen, getting everything together. Run a little bit behind. I was supposed to do this live stream last night actually, but I had some stuff going on, got back kind of late from a meeting, so I didn't get a chance to really do it. But that's all right though, because tomorrow is another day. Salute. And I appreciate everybody that's joined the Patreon, man. Matter of fact, let me go on and give a shout out to all the new people on the Patreon, and give a shout out to all the supporters on the Cash App, man, because I appreciate all the support, man. That's major. Let me put it up real quick. Hey, salute to Clay Gray for the Cash App donation. Salute, that's major. Appreciate that donation. And salute to 203 Low Game for the Cash App donation, man. Boom shakalaka! All donations is appreciated, man. I humbly appreciate it. And y'all support is what keep it going. And as far as the Patreon, the new members on the Patreon, we got let me go to it real quick and put it up on jumping screen right now. Let me put it up. Salute to Clay Gray joined the Patreon. Salute to Clay Gray. Not only did he hit us up on Cash App, he joined the Shakalaka. Who else joined the Patreon? Somebody else joined the Patreon. Hey, salute to my naga Chris Braddock joined the Patreon. Salute. Hey, we appreciate all the support, man. All the Cash App support, all the new people on the Patreon. I told y'all we're gonna start dropping exclusive content, because YouTube always hating on us, you know what I'm saying? YouTube always hating on the House of Cons, trying to shadow ban the House of Cons. So we had to move some of this content to the Patreon. But we got a good show lined up tonight, and it's called The Registry of Free Negroes. Now, we teased this title on YouTube the other day, and we ended up getting a strike and all, because I guess they ain't like the material we posted. They gave us a strike, put us in timeout for about a week, but we back, but we on Patreon with it. And we about to get into it. Y'all see the thumbnail we looking at? That's an old picture from that thumbnail. That's an old picture where the Naga is handing over his feathered crown. Salute. The Naga is
You
handing over
big
his
dummy.
feathered crown. My Naga. Put the collar down. And here we are today. But for the subject of the day, we talk about the Registry of Free Negroes. And we got man, we got some good information, man. But before we jump into the information that we got and we're gonna present on the Registry of Free Negroes, let's talk about the other Negroes. You know, you had the free Negroes, then you had the slave Negroes, right? But when you talk about America in general, especially slavery in America, and we look at the images of slavery in America, it's always the same old thing, right? And we got some images right here on the screen. We'll pull them up real quick if my computer gonna cooperate, and it is. We got some. All I did was go on Google and I put slavery in America, and we looking at these images of slavery in America. Show us some women, show us some so-called Negroes, right? They always showing us the so-called Negroes, images of slavery, right? Negroes, right? Negroes. And today, you are being told that these Negroes or so-called slaves were brought to America from Africa with no proof. With no proof, with everything but proof. No slave ship, no evidence at all. They just told you the Negroes in America were brought from Africa. And when you look up slaves, this is what you get. You get the only thing you get is pretty much is a bunch of Negroes. But when we study the true history of America, we understand that between 1492 and 1880, about 5 million American Indians got enslaved. So if 5 million American Indians got enslaved over 400 years, 1492 to 1880, they always say 400 years of slavery, right? 1492 to 1880, that's almost 400 years. Between about 5 million American Indians were enslaved. So today, they tell us the American Indian is a red man. And they show us pictures of people like this. Pull up my Googles. If it want to cooperate. So when we Google Native American, you know, Google and everybody on the face of the earth want to tell us it's a red man. And we'll look at some images of them. So when we look up American Indian or Native American, this is what Google shows us, and they tell us it's red man. But this don't look like us. This don't look like us. Nor, come on, shrink back down. They want to slow up on me. They always hijacking me, boy. I swear they always hijacking, freezing me up, trying to freeze up the lesson. They always telling us that, yeah, this is a Native American. This is American Indian. And they show us these images every time without fail. But like I say, when we oh man, come on now. This is bad timing. Hey y'all, hold on for a second, y'all. Hold on. Hey, hello?
Hey, so I just got off the phone and sold that customer. They already paid for it.
Dang, that quick. Man, you wasn't playing. I wanted to be on the phone with you though.
I know, he called and I'm walking outside, and so I just want to let you know, so I'll talk to you in the morning. That's how so today we sold 2 of them. So
Damn.
It's like taking candy from a baby. We don't have to have a million service calls.
I know.
I'm going to teach you how to really play the game, and we could have got the guy a bigger credit.
Wow.
Alex fucked it up a little bit, so I'm going to teach you how to maximize that.
Yes, sir.
Teach you how to maximize it to where we're not like abusing the triple, like not abusing it, but how to get it right on the edge where we stay under the radar, because we can put down more attributes that we need. So the more that you tell me to go, the more I say, okay, this one, that was really
All right, I'm back, but the computer is not back. I think I'm being hacked or something, man, because they done froze up my internet screen, and I know my signal is fine because I got my other laptop up. I think I'm being hacked on my computer. Something's going on, man, because I've been having issues lately, especially when I get into trying to teach these lessons. That's when it happens. As soon as I go live and I open up the live stream, like I said, I've been on my computer about 2 hours before I even started, and I had no issues. All of a sudden, here we go. But y'all know how it goes. I ain't forgot where we left off at. I'm gonna give it a second, see if it's gonna clear up. I mean, you got these people online. They want to censor everything. They don't like certain content. They don't like certain people. They don't like certain messages, and they target us. And you know we gotta do what we gotta do to keep it moving. We can't let them distract us or any of that. So let's see if we can get back on track. I think I got my screen unfrozen. Now remember, we are often told we are often told that between 1492 and 1880, about 5 million American Indians was enslaved, and they tell us the American Indians. Dang, come on, man. Why they keep doing this? This is crazy. This crazy. This crazy. They won't let us live, y'all. I mean, they're constantly trying to put a wrench in my plan over here. So these are the people that they tell us are American Indians, are Native Americans, right? They say people that look like this, but it's a contradiction because see why is they keep reloading these pages that's already loaded. This is crazy. I do this all the time and I don't have to go through this. I don't know why it picked the day. Well, every time we look at the images of slavery, all we see is this. We see Negroes. We see Negroes. American slavery in America, we just see Negroes. We see Negroes. They tell us between 1492 and 1880, 5 million American Indians were enslaved. When we look at the pictures, these are the slaves in America. We never see these people. We never see these people. We never see these people depicted as slaves. So if 5 million American Indians were enslaved over the period of almost 400 years from 1492 to 1880, if 5 million American Indians were enslaved, come on, man, this is crazy, man. I mean, this to the point where this is hate. This is to the point where it's just absolutely hate, man. Ain't no reason for my computer to be doing this. Just hate. They hate what we doing. If it was true what they were saying, see how did they move this down like this? This is crazy. I won't be distracted. If Native Americans, if these people were Native Americans, if these people were American Indians, and 5 million of them were enslaved over the period from 1492 to 1880, how come it's not shown in the images? How come when we look at, come on, man, this fucking computer, man, this is starting to piss me off for real. Because this is an important work we doing and they hating. If these are American Indians and Native Americans, right? 5 million were enslaved. How come when we look at the images of slavery, it shows us who are the real American Indians? Who are the real American Indians? It say 5 million Indians got slaves, so who are these Negroes? So you got to put two and two together. If 5 million indigenous Americans got enslaved, and then we look at slavery in America, we know when it's come to slavery in America, we know 5 million indigenous people got enslaved. So then we look at the pictures, and here are the indigenous people. Here they are. Here are the Indians. Here are the Indians, right? They got enslaved in America. Here are the Native Americans, right? Up to 5 million of them. Now, knowing that 5 million American Indians were enslaved in America over the period of about 400 years, and these are the images of the slaves in America, you should have a clue of who the real American Indians are. They are clearly are not the other people. The American Indians clearly are not the so-called red man. It's clearly the Negro. And the proof is even further in the details. Because when you look at come on, computer, god dang, this is aggravating, man. This is like really, it's really annoying. I don't know who out here in the YouTube world hacking me. It's probably YouTube themselves. They want me gone for real. They mad because I be dropping shit on Patreon. So when we look at free Negro registers from Virginia, untold now available on from the page, we got a clue, we got an understanding, right? Look at free Negro registers from Virginia, untold not available. We got to understand who we talking about. Who are these free Negroes from Virginia and from Americans in general? Well, they couldn't have came from somewhere else, and the fact is, it's all throughout the records. Because in 1793, the Virginia General Assembly passed a law requiring that all free blacks and multiracial individuals of black descent in the state of Virginia be registered in the book recording various details about their identity, physical appearance, and free status. These individuals were declared free on paper, when in fact, so they claims, and we got to understand, we reading from this, there's some hijack present. On paper, when in fact their lives were surveilled and recorded by white officials, which restricted their mobility, autonomy, and humanity. These registered books provide just glimpses of their experiences. Not all, but many of these registered books have survived. The Library of Virginia has 39 physical volumes from 17 Virginia localities. We have digitized them as part of our NHPRC grant and have just released images from several localities on our transcription platform from the page. Please help us transcribe these registers. Transcriptions enable full text searchability as well as expanded access to those who do not read cursive or those who utilize screen readers. So it's the book, and I posted this book in the community post, the Registry of Free Negroes and Mulatto. This is official. This ain't no registry or no red, man. This the Registry of the Negro. Free Negro. They knew you already was here when they came here. The government put you in books. They got volumes and volumes in every state, even in Florida, Virginia, all over the place. It was calculating and counting the free Negroes. And see, when you understand that the colonizer just got here, they don't know how many of you Negroes was here. They do not know how many Negroes was in America when they got here. They had to count us up. They said, dang, we got here to America and there's Negroes everywhere. How many of these Negroes there? Let's do a census. They started counting Negroes. They started making registry of free Negroes, where they kept a record of them. And we got proof about it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to put two and two together on some things. Petersburg City Register of Free Negroes and Mulattoes, 1819 to 1833. Look at that book there. Look at that book, man. That book about to crumble apart. Registers from Petersburg City, 1831 to 1839, 1839 to 1850. The remaining registers will be launching soon, so be sure to check back to the from the page site for updates. Once the transcriptions are finalized, we will upload images of the original pages as well as the transcriptions to the Virginia Untold Digital Collection. New registers coming on to from the page. Registers marked with an asterisk are available as of March 30th, 2022. They got all these different counties: Bedford, King George. Look, all these counties was filled with free Negroes, free Negro register, register of free Negroes, free Negro registers. 1805, 1794. Look at free Negroes back 1600s. Free Negroes in America. Now, other people gonna say, where these free Negroes come from? I thought all the Negroes came as slaves from Africa. And see, that's what we finna get the point across. Alright, so we ain't gonna read too much about this. They're just talking about them being transcribed, and they're showing some of the images on these registries of free Negroes, like it's written in cursive where they listen to people. It's just like a census record. And these is our ancestors. And y'all can go check this out because you might see your ancestors' name there. It's the free Negro registers from Virginia, untold. Now, with that being said, understanding that, where these free Negroes come from, well, we gotta have a clear understanding about slavery, because we know for a fact that they told us 5 million American Indians got enslaved. When we look at the slavery in America, we see Negroes. So these who the American Indians that got enslaved, this who they must be. And we get the understanding of the free Negro Registry that didn't come from Africa. So it all starting to make sense. And then we look at slavery, we also get an understanding from their claim that they painted themselves in a corner. And you gotta take your time, absorb and interpret numbers and statistics and have a clear understanding. Now they tell us in colonial America, according to this right here, slaves imported to colonial America in 1620 to 1700 only 21,000. In 1701 to 1760 only 189,000. In 1771 to 1780 only 287,000. Now remember, in 1808 they banned the importation of slaves from anywhere in the United States. So if in 1808 they had only reached a number of about 300,000 slaves that were brought to America, to the United States during the entire so-called transatlantic slave trade, then you got to understand why certain things don't make sense. Only 300,000 slaves brought during the entire transatlantic slave trade, and we look at the black and enslaved population of the United States from 1790 to 1880, we see what's going on over 6 million slaves. We see a total of 6,580,000 Negroes. Some slaves out of that portion, about 488,000 are free. 488,000 free Negroes, and the total number was said to be about 6,500,000. But remember, only about 300,000 so-called Africans were supposed to have been brought in America, which we don't even believe that is true. So how, if by 1780 only 300,000 so-called Africans were brought to America, 1780, and it ended in 1808, and by that time it was only 300,000, how do we go to 6,500,000? It's very easy, because they came here, they didn't know how many of you were here. They had to do census and count you up. They found out it was 6 million of you here, and they enslaved the indigenous people. Now it should all start making sense, because 300,000 people can't turn into 6 million people. 6 million and a half, 6.5 million people. 300, there's no way in hell 300,000 people can turn into 6.5 million people in less than 60 something years. Because in 1808, the importation of any slave ended in the United States. So you got 1808 to 1870 or 1880. So we give you 72 years. So in 1808, when they banned the importation of any slaves, the number was at 300,000 or so. 1808. How in 72 years did it go from 6,580,000? How did it go to that? You didn't breed yourself into that. They found you in America. They found you in the United States. They were conquering the land. They were learning the land, manifest destiny. They were moving west. They were finding new lands. They were expanding the colonial America. And everywhere they went, they found you, and they enslaved you. Over 5 million indigenous people enslaved. I see. We add all this research together to make things clear. 500,000 free blacks, 1880. 1860. Total amount, they say 4.5 million. Look at the discrepancies. We went from 6.5 to 4.5. But the number about 500,000 total free is staying the same. About 500,000 total free. 4.5 million total in what they said, in 1860. So that's where we at now, 1860. By 1880, 6 million. 500,080. There's no way in hell 300,000 people, if they brought them from Africa, like they say, 300,000 people and they stopped bringing them in at 1808. There's no way it can turn into these numbers. There's no way. The only thing that explains these numbers is as they were conquering America, they were finding new lands in America, they were finding new Negroes. As they 1860 found some more Negroes. As they were expanding west in America, they were finding new and more Negroes. That's the only thing that explains this. Nothing else can explain this. It's impossible. The importation of any slave in the United States ends in 1808. At that point, the total number about 300,000. They tell you in 1780 the total number was 287,000. They got these numbers here. Slaves imported in colonial America. 1620 to 80 years, only 21,000. 1701 to 1760, 59 more years, only 189,000. 63,000, 15,000 total, 287,000 by 1780. By 1808, they banned the importation of any slave in America, in the United States. So that's 28 years later, from 1780 to 1808. So you went from 287,000 to a little over 300,000 by 1808. There is no way in hell going to 300,000 in 1808, and from 1808 that it jumps. And see, this is a discrepancy because they want to tell you in 1810 on this chart, and if I can get the thing on it, they want to tell you a million slaves. That's not true. They said in 1808 it was 300,000 by then. There's no way that can turn into 6 million something people, even combined with the free people, by 1880, unless all the Negroes came from America. And as they found new lands in America and they migrated west, they found new Negroes. They started doing census records. They found new Negroes. That's why you Negroes don't even really appear on the census records to the 1850s and 1860s. Before then, you on freedmen rolls. Salute. I mean, the evidence is there. It don't take a rocket science to see this. It don't take a rocket scientist to see this. It does not take a rocket scientist. Probably see they freezing me up, man. They think they gonna mess up my vibe, but they can never mess up my vibe because I know this stuff like the back of my hand. I know this stuff by heart. They can never mess up my vibe. I'll just wait till it load. So YouTube fugazi with it. They think they gonna stop my vibe with little silly stuff like this. But it's alright because like I say, we know what we talking about. And we know who we talking about, and we know where we talking about. Because right here, free people of color in their perceived danger. In 1827, free Negroes were prohibited from entering Florida. And in 1828, those already there were prohibited from assembling in public. In 1829, the statute required a fine of $200, equivalent to $5,723 in 2023, for every person manumitted or set free, and required the person free to leave the territory within 30 days. Now see, oh Lord, man, what is my dog out here doing? Hope it ain't no migrants out there. My dog will be eating the migrants. But anyway, they got statutes pertaining to they got so many laws and statutes pertaining to the free Negro. How were you brought from Africa if there's so many laws pertaining to the free Negro? Salute. So many laws and legislation that's easily and readily found. Salute. You just got to understand where to look and how to find it. And see, they told on themselves every time because they say, oh, there are some free Negroes here in Florida. Let's make a list of them. They always was making lists. Look here, say, free Negroes were perceived as an evil of no ordinary magnitude, undermining the system of slavery. Slaves had to be shown that there was no advantage in being free. See, that's how they want to teach us now. They want to make you think it ain't no advantage in being free. Thus, free Negroes became victims to the slaveholders' fears. Legislation became more forceful. The free Negro had to accept his new role or leave the state. As in fact, half the black population of Pensacola and St. Augustine immediately did. They left the country. They left, man. They left their territory and their homeland, their ancestral land. They probably went to Oklahoma, Indian Territory. Some citizens of Leon County, Florida, Florida's most populous and wealthiest county, which wealth was because Leon County had more slaves than any other county in Florida, petitioned the General Assembly to have all free Negroes removed from the state. Legislation passed in 1847 required all free Negroes to have a white person as legal guardian. Wow, right? How they gonna impose their will on free Negroes? They say, you know what, all you free Negroes, it's too many of y'all, especially here in Florida and in Virginia. They say, we don't like that. Matter of fact, now you need a white guardian.
You big dummy.
Oh, they freezing my soundboard up now, they mad.
Boom shakalaka.
Ain't that crazy? Hey man, there's a lot of this information out here readily available. Like man, you just gotta know where to look for it. It's right there in our faces. It's right there in our faces. I wanted to touch on this, man, a little bit, and I wanted to point it out and show y'all where to look, because your ancestors might be there. Anybody who want to find this information about the Registry of Free Negroes, the Free Negro Registers, all you got to do is type in Free Negro Registry or Free Negro Register. It's a lot of them, different states. You could type in your state. If you from Texas, type in the Free Negro Registry from Texas. Let me show you something. It don't matter where you at. If you in Florida, you in Georgia, you in New York, it don't matter where you at, Monaga. I'm telling you, you in the stronghold of the Naga, period. It don't matter if you in Louisiana. All you got to do is go on Google and you can check your own state. If you know your ancestors, maybe your ancestors from another state. Maybe you live in Georgia, but your ancestors from Texas. So all you gotta do is go on Google. If my Google ever load up, all you gotta do is go on Google. If your ancestors from Texas, and you gotta put Free Negro Registry Texas. Now we just randomly pick Texas. Dang, well, if my computer speed up, Free Negro Registry Texas is what it's supposed to be saying. Alright. Look at that. They offering dates. Look, they put African American resources from Texas. Look, they want to call you African American. A list of resources, African American research of ancestors who lived in Texas. Let's see. Texas American Cemetery Register, African American Cemetery, Texas Freedmen's Bureau Field Office, Free Blacks, Freedmen Bureau Records, and man, it's so easy. Like, I mean, like honestly, man, if you on here, and you saying you don't know where to look to find your ancestors and to find your story, man, it's not true. You ain't looking right. You ain't looking hard enough, and the resources available to you. All you got to do is be willing to have an understanding and taking a look. Man, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I might go live on the Rumble page tonight, man. I got a headache. I gotta get me something for this headache. I ain't had no dinner. That's probably what it is. I gotta feed my dog. I gotta feed myself. Take something for the headache. I might go live on Rumble if my Rumble page load up. Y'all get with me on Rumble, man. I'm finna put it up. Hold on. Let me go to my channel. My channel on Rumble. I gotta add some content. I might go on and do it tonight. YouTube be acting crazy, man. Hold on, my content. I was trying to go to my main page on Rumble, account overview. I don't know what to go to. I'm new to Rumble. Hold on. Connect your locals account. Live streaming. My channel. It ain't switching to nothing. House cons. Alright, anyway, man. I gotta set it up on Rumble. I gotta get this Rumble thing popping. Account overview. Okay, they talking about. I don't really know nothing about Rumble. I'm just scrolling through y'all. Let me see my channels. See what House of Cons. It's kind of different than YouTube. It's Rumble a little bit different than YouTube. Hey, my homie Quan hit me up. Quan Smoke. Salute to my homie Quan in the house. That's my nigga there. Local Naga from the home team. Salute to Managa Quan.
Boom shakalaka!
Hey, this thing though, this Rumble channel, like I say, I might go live on this tonight. I gotta get my head straight, give me something to eat, give my dog something to eat. So y'all join me on Indigenous. I might change it from Indigenous American History to House of Cons. That way everybody knows it's me. That's what I need to do, change the name, the House of Cons. Y'all get with me on Rumble, man. We're gonna drop some more shit, man. I'm gonna get back with y'all. I just wanted to point out a little information, man. Show y'all some stuff to look for, man. Like, especially, like I say, your ancestors in Georgia, your ancestors in Florida, look up the Registry of Free Negroes. You know what I'm saying? In your state. You might be surprised. And I'm Blackjack, this House of Cons, man. I'm gonna get at y'all later. We out. Peace.